Hi guys! So today we are going to be making cherry almond snowballs. Now I have seen this recipe floating around Facebook and it looks really good, so I want to give it a try. I went out with a friend the other day. We went out shopping and I went to find the red and green candied cherries. I can't tell you how difficult these were to find, which is so funny because during the holidays, everybody makes these fruit cakes, which I'm sorry, I think are disgusting. And these are in it. But I went to probably 4 stores before I actually found them. So now that I found them, I am making these cookies. I am determined to do it because these are difficult to find. So that's what we're making today. And we'll see how this recipe actually turns out. So let's get baking.
The first thing I'm going to do is take all these cherries and I'm going to chop up a half a cup of red cherries and a half a cup of green cherries so that I have 1 full cup, and I'll probably throw in a couple extras just because. Next, I'm going to put 1 cup of butter into my mixer bowl. My butter is at room temperature, and I'm going to let this mix until it's all light and fluffy. So once it's light and fluffy, I'm going to take my mixer bowl off, scrape down the sides of the bowl, and I'm adding half a cup of sweetened condensed milk. So I used a normal sized can of sweetened condensed milk, and for this recipe, you're only using half that can, which is great because that means you could double this recipe and use the whole can. Now you're going to put this back onto your mixer and let your butter and your sweetened condensed milk mix really well. While it's mixing, you're going to add 2 teaspoons of almond extract. And you're going to let that mix really, really well. While my butter is mixing, I'm going to grab a separate bowl and I'm going to put 2 cups of flour in it with 3 teaspoons of baking powder, and I'm going to whisk this together. Then I'm going to set it aside. I'm going to get my mixer bowl, scrape down the sides of the bowl, put it back on the mixer, and now I'm going to start adding our flour into it. Now that the flour's been added, I'm going to just stop it for a minute and scrape down the sides of the bowl to make sure the flour is being well incorporated. Then I'm going to put it back on the mixer, let it keep mixing just for another minute or 2. Again, take it off, scrape down the sides of the bowl, and now I'm going to add that whole cup of candied cherries. Mix it all in, put it back on your mixer, and when it's on the mixer, it's also going to kind of chop up the cherries a little bit more to make them even smaller pieces. So now that our cookie dough is ready, I'm going to go get the pan, and we're going to scoop them all out onto the pan to get them in the oven. I am using a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, and I'm scooping out about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of cookie dough onto my baking sheet, and then I'm going to put them in a preheated oven that is preheated to 320 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to bake them for about 10 to 12 minutes. Oh, and before I put them in, yes, I'm adding some red and green sprinkles to them to make them even more festive.
Oh my god, you guys, these look amazing. Oh, they smell so good. Oh, I love almond flavoring. So, I did cook them I baked them. I baked them for 12 minutes. I feel like that was a little bit long. So I have another batch in the oven right now, and I put them in for 10 minutes instead, and the oven was set to 320 on convection bake. Okay, so they turned out really well. Let's try them. Oh my god, it's so good. Wow. Oh my gosh, those are good. The flavoring, oh my gosh. god, the almond flavoring is so strong. Oh, here's my other batch. Just a minute. So the almond flavoring is really good. It's really strong. Max is ringing the doorbell. Just give me another minute. All right, I had to go let Max out. So as I was saying, excellent recipe. I love it. I will definitely be making this again. They are light, they're fluffy. I overbake them just a little because I followed the recipe. It said 12 minutes. The other batch looks way better at 10 minutes. So I guess just watch them. Anyway, this was a good one. I am so happy I tried this one, and you should too. So that's it for me today. Like, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you for sharing them. And I can't wait to bake another holiday recipe with you in my next video. See you guys.